Everyone knows now.
You guys, we got about 1 minute past, but there's just a couple more trickling in, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do some housekeeping things. Welcome to the LWIA 23 Local Workforce Board meeting. It is March 21st of 2022. We are recording as of now, so be mindful of comes across your microphones, Tony, and your cameras, as they will be a matter of public record. If you are not speaking, please put yourself on mute. And again, for those calling in, I believe mute on the phone is *6 and unmute is *6 as well. With that, I will go ahead and turn it over to Pat to get started as soon as he's ready.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Okay, great. Welcome everybody. Thanks for attending our March meeting, which at this point, I would say I'm 99% sure this will be our last virtual meeting. So be looking forward to seeing everyone in person come our June meeting. So please put that on your calendar. There's some discussions to make that an event you don't want to miss as our grand reunion, if you will. So with that, I will give it back over to Debbie to do a roll call, please.
Okay, I'll start with the board, but I will also check to do the CEOs since everybody's on right now, and we'll see who all's here. So board, got Gerald Billiou.
Here.
Jim Bullen.
Here.
Kevin Binker. Kevin Busher.
Present.
Brian Cannon. Pat Click.
Here.
Dave Cole. Mike
Here.
Lisa Erbacher. Adam Flack.
Here.
Tiffany Mackey.
Here.
Mandy Martin.
Here.
McElravy.
Here.
Casey Burkholzer.
Here.
Julie Overmark or Joy Fitz.
Here.
Stacy Parr.
Here.
John Perry. Lori Portman.
Here.
Deborah Reed.
Here.
Louis Ryder. Denise Smith.
Here.
Crystal.
Here.
Kim Taylor.
Here.
Carol Tracy.
Here.
Connie Waldrop. Jason Warfel. And Austin Swilling.
I did just let in someone with the last 3 digits of their phone number as 695. 695, can you announce yourself?
This is Debbie Smith.
Welcome, Debbie, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll check with those. Let's see, Todd Beard. Jim Bolin, I've got you down. Jim Brewer.
Here.
David Foley.
Here.
Joe Gilliland. Dennis Graves. John Perry, let's see, came on in the last minute. Nancy Purdy.
Here.
Debbie Smith, I've got you down. Jeff Boyd.
Here.
Jennifer Wagner. And more, a few just came on.
I'm letting Mandy Martin in.
I have her down. Okay. Okay, we do have a quorum for the board.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. Moving along to number 3 on your agenda, just need to leave everyone a quick moment to reveal any conflict of interest. Hearing none, we'll move on to committee reports, oversight and planning. Mike?
Pat, we need to approve the minutes from last meeting first.
Oh, my bad, sorry. I need a motion and a second to approve the minutes of our December meeting. Sorry about that, everyone.
So moved.
This is Roland Conrad.
All right, Debbie, did you have a second?
Yes.
I'll second that, Lewis Ryder.
All right, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Okay, now moving on, committee reports. Mike.
Thank you. We met Thursday, March 17th at noon. We went over the grant recipient financial agent reports, the performance report, the LWIA performance report, fiscal monitoring report from Tony. We approved, I believe it was 5 new programs. And the rest of what we discussed is actually on the minutes for the meeting for today. So if there's any other questions, yell now. If not, we can move on.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Youth, Tiffany?
This is Chris. I'll be reporting on the youth committee. We met at 10 o'clock this morning. We did review, Lori reviewed the activities and programs for our youth and performance measures where we're currently at. We did have some really good discussion on youth recruitment and some huddle follow-up that we had from some small meetings that we have had recently. We also talked about, as we're moving forward, the youth roundtable and looking at taking in some current youth and some current caseworkers, employers that we're working with, and having some discussion with them about how to increase the numbers in our youth program. Right now, we are serving 79 customers, 35 have exited for a total of 114 students that we're serving through our youth program. And I wanted to give a shout out to Lori Porman. She is on our call today. She shared some things that they're doing at AgriFab, sorry, I almost said Hydro Gear, that they're doing at AgriFab to encourage youth to come to work and stay in the area, increasing our talent pipeline. So thank you for Lori for sharing your information, and we'll continue looking for new ways to serve our youth in our communities.
Okay, thank you very much. Kevin?
Yes, consortium meeting met this morning at 11 o'clock. Jamie gave us a business service update, which included 3 meetings and a business roundtable in Effingham on February 18th. She reported that that roundtable went well with a lot of businesses in Effingham attending. One area they had suggested for us was more strategic outreach to our businesses from our partners. Tony reported on referrals that the state will be coming out with a database soon that will help with us on referring customers between partners. Tony also discussed the MOU budget. And Lori did the one-stop operator report. And I think we're going to be talking about that contract later. Anybody have any questions for consortium? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. There's no report out of the executive committee. I want to thank everyone that works on our committees, and we appreciate you having your meeting and getting back with us. So we will need a motion and a second to approve those committee reports. Need a motion, please.
This is Tiffany Mackey. I move that we accept the reports as presented.
Thank you. Second.
This is Joy Fitz. I second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? All right, moving along to our service provider report, Lori.
Okay, on the workforce side, I reported back in December that a rapid response for Kaufman Engineering in Lawrenceville took place on October 13th. We did receive notification in December that Kaufman Engineering is now a trade event. So a trade rapid response was held in Lawrenceville on February 16th. And we only had, from that rapid response, we only had 2 individuals that are now enrolled in trade. We made several phone calls to all the employees, and we didn't have a whole lot of interest in training. So, but we did get 2 extra trade customers out of that. At Lakeland College, they performed our annual program monitoring the week of February 21st. They reviewed the adult, youth, dislocated worker, and all trade programs, and there were no findings through this monitoring visit. Also, they will be performing our fiscal monitoring the week of April 4th. And then in May, DCEO will be doing program monitoring. We haven't been given a date yet for this visit. We're assuming it'll probably be done virtually like last year. Our WIA staff, over the last couple months, they participated in a series of training sessions on the trade program, which was conducted by the DCEO trade unit. A lot of valuable information for our case managers when they're trades a kind of a different animal than the regular WIOA side. So there's a lot of ins and outs to that. So that training is always appreciated. We've been doing a lot of outreach in the communities. We're going out, speaking to a lot of groups, organizations. We've met with Head Start, their family advocates, the parent and teacher educators. We've met with the Head Start parent committees. We've also met with the CSBG homeless intensive case managers, just going over programs, services, and recruitment efforts. Head Start, CFS, URBA, and BCMW, we have been in talks, with all of these different agencies, and as they're recruiting, we have a real short survey that they go into the household and ask if there are any youth within the ages of 16 and through 24 in the households. From that information, we find out, if they're looking for a job, if they're looking to go back to school, they're wanting to get their GED, anything like that. We're getting that feedback from all of these agencies, and we can then contact these customers. I'll tell you right now, we've had probably over 100 of these come back into us. We've had about 20 that are within that age range. Not all of them are answering our calls or returning those, but it's a step in the right direction as we're getting more contacts out in these communities. We also attended the Student Services Symposium in Mattoon. This was talking to counselors from the area high schools. And so we provided a lot of information there and got a lot of feedback also from the counselors. We attended Laker Visit Day at Lakeland College, February 21st, where we can provide information to the high school students and also their parents who are in attendance. Like I said, we're just doing lots of outreach in the communities. We're kind of thinking outside the box. We've got a group of our case managers. They've kind of got their own little task force as far as youth, and just coming up, with some different ideas. We're hitting social media hard, and things are kind of starting to break loose for us. We've I think going out to the high schools, it's made a big difference where we're talking to entire classes of junior class, senior classes. We got a stack of profile sheets that we have to go through. A lot of those kids are already working, so we're not able to enroll them in work experience, but a lot are interested in going back to school. We're continuing to attend the monthly Illinois Workforce Partnership meetings and the Performance Work Task Force meetings held monthly. And we're gearing up for summer. So our online application is available through the CEFS website. People can go there and start the process with us. So probably we won't be doing applications until probably the end of April, beginning of May, but they can contact our office for any other information that they might need. And as of the end of February, we have 264 customers receiving career and training services through all programs. 115 customers have been exited this program year, and the total number served to date is 379. We've got several applications still lined up as youth are coming in. So we're taking applications. So that concludes my report. If anybody has any questions.
All right, thank you, Lori. You guys have been really busy. I know it's been a challenge, and I appreciate all the work that you and your staff do. Next, we're going to move on to our fiscal agent report, and then Jamie, you might as well just keep the floor for the regional plan modification approval, and take it away, Jamie.
All right, let me remember how to share my screen. I should be a pro at this by now, but I still somehow always manage to forget. All right, so are you guys able to see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if I put it into this slideshow mode, do you still see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yeah. So, looking at our incumbent worker projects, we are doing pretty good this year. Tony's got us with some new incumbent worker projects. EJ Waters, Timco, AgriFab is doing a couple as well, and graphic packaging. We still have about $58,000 in remaining funds. So we are always taking referrals for any businesses out there that are looking to train their current workforce and get them upskilled into new positions. I wanted to give you an update on the Plan Year 20 obligation waiver. One of the major hurdles have been that we need to have 80% of our PY20 funds expended or obligated by the end of the first year. And we got a waiver for that because we could not meet that. And then we were still looking kind of not in a great position. However, after some talks with DCEO, we realized that we can actually obligate the entire CEFS contract at the beginning of each fiscal year instead of obligations monthly as they go through the process. So that is really cool in that now we are compliant with that 80% rule. However, we still have to be mindful that we still have to spend the money. We have it obligated, but we still have to go through and actually serve the individuals and the businesses to spend that money. So we are looking much better. The obligation part, expenditures, we still need to get out there and get going. So at the request of DCEO, our board requested from CEFS an updated action plan. Lori and her team submitted an action plan, and we did give that to the Planning and Oversight Committee for review. If you have any questions or concerns about CEF's current action plan, feel free to ask. You can direct them to me or to Lori. She would probably have better answers for you than even I would, as her team are in the trenches doing all the things that are in the plan. It is worth noting that the action plan is similar as the original action plan that we gave when we applied for the waiver. We had a really robust plan at the beginning, and while we've added some new ideas, Lori's team's added new ideas, some new initiatives, we had a really good plan to start off with. So it's not for lack of trying. So then looking at program year 21 formula funding, recently DCO has put out the announcement in WIA notice 20.NOT-7 change 1. We are expecting to receive a cushion of approximately $69,659 in dislocated worker funds for program year 21 formula grant. This is in response to the fact that the state of Illinois is expecting about a 10% decrease to their formula funds for the upcoming fiscal year. So with the anticipation of facing yet another cut in funds, they have identified $3 million at the state level that they could redistribute to kind of give us LWIAs a little cushion once that cut comes. So our piece of the pie is $69,000. Recently, as I know you all are aware, I spent a lot of time applying for the apprenticeship expansion grant, and we were finally officially awarded $98,480 in the mission of expanding apprenticeships and developing new apprenticeships. We applied for this money to be able to hire an apprenticeship navigator, a single person who has complete ownership of the apprenticeship initiative and will be the guide of local businesses, guiding them through the entire process of establishing a brand new Department of Labor registered apprenticeship. The apprenticeship navigator there is a consortium, so it will be a team effort, but we're looking for an individual that can really just take the reins and be that center of the spider web that is apprenticeships. So that position is live. They will be part of the LWIA staff, a Lakeland employee. So the position is posted on Lakeland's website. I've shared it on our social media, and it would be very helpful if all of you could share this opportunity as well. We're very well aware that this is an employee's market right now, and everyone who's looking for a job can find many different types of jobs and pick from a smorgasbord, basically. So we want them to pick us. So please share this potential opportunity and tell them what a great team we are. And ideally, we're looking for someone who does have career and technical education background at the secondary or post-secondary level, and someone who definitely has personable skills. They can build relationships, build rapport, trust, and confidence, and communicate effectively to lead businesses through this process. So I'm super excited and cannot wait to add to our team. I also want to remind you all that the WIA Summit is coming up April 28th and 29th. There will be an in-person option and a virtual option. So if you want to attend in person, it will be held at the Marriott in Bloomington Normal. There's a $150 registration fee. If you want to attend virtually, there is still a registration fee. So go to that same link to register. If you want me to forward you the link as a hyperlink in an email, just let me know. Otherwise, you can go to icsps.illinoisstate.edu/WIOA/WIOA-summit. On the horizon, just for you guys to be aware, DCEO annual monitoring is slated to start in May, and it is most likely to be done remotely. There's not been an official date yet, but we know it is on the way. And then in the mid to late April, we will start the plan year 22 budget process. I want to take the time to recognize our 2021 board members with perfect attendance. LWIA 23 appreciates your evident dedication and support of the WIOA mission. We are fortunate to have such qualified and engaged people serving our local workforce area. Board service is one of the toughest volunteer roles of all, and you each have performed with tenacity. We realize the best way to show our hardworking board how much we appreciate you all is by continuing to strive for excellence in what we do. So with gratitude, the LWIA 23 staff. Thank you, Denise Smith, Gerald Billieu, Lewis Ryder, Pat Clip, Jason Morphle, Casey Bergholzer, Kevin Busher, Tiffany Mackey, and Chris Stroll for your perfect attendance. Just because every chance I get, I'm going to talk about our youth services and ask for you to refer youth to CEFS. Here is a copy of the WIOA Youth Services flyer. If you know anyone or know anyone who works with youth, young adults ages 16 to 24 who are looking to get into some work experience or looking to go to school, get back into school, send them our way. So February was a pretty busy month, and in February, we hosted the 2022 board training. So Brian Ellis and Deb Waldrop came to the Cluthe Center, and they facilitated a board training for some of our board members in person, and then we had several joining virtually as well. We went ahead and recorded that session, and due to inclement weather, we had scheduled an afternoon session as well, but we went ahead and canceled that. So we recorded the morning session, and it is posted on our YouTube page. If you just search local workforce area 23 on YouTube, our page should pop up at the top. And then you can find the LWIA 23 board and CEO training 2022 video. So if you have not yet, please take a look at that video. If you were not able to make the training, watch the video and then come to me with any questions, concerns, input, ideas that you have. And I don't want to miss the opportunity to congratulate Elaine Nuding. LWIA 23 is proud to have Elaine as part of our team. She is celebrating her 45th year in workforce at CEFS. She has undoubtedly had a significant impact on our local workforce through her compassion and support of our most vulnerable populations. I want to express my personal appreciation for Elaine's achievement of such an impressive milestone. She is certainly an inspiration. So thank you, Elaine, for your contributions to LWIA 23 and best wishes to you for the many years to come. And just on a personal note, Elaine has 45 years of experience in workforce, but never once has she made me feel like a complete goofball in that I have very little experience even after 2 years. There's been many times I've said things that anyone else would laugh at, and she is so compassionate, so understanding, and she always wants to just make sure that I know what I'm doing, that I have all the input that I need to make the decisions that I make, and she's so gracious. So thank you, Elaine, and congratulations on your 45 years with workforce. Yay. So before I wrap up, I just want to remind you guys that our mission is to create a workforce talent pipeline, connecting people with sustainable employment through our training services. So I want you to take a moment and think, and feel free to share if you'd like, but definitely keep this at the forefront of your mind for the next few months, your entire stay of the board even maybe. But what are you doing, or what could you do to recruit participants into the youth program? What employers in your area may be interested in becoming a youth work experience work site? What are you doing to help us further the mission in general? Not even just for youth, but just in general. What can you do to help us create that workforce talent pipeline and connect people with employment? And then just a reminder that you can follow us on our social networks, and you can also like and share anything that we post on those such social networks. So check out Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. And then that concludes my fiscal agent report, but I'm going to move right along into regional planning modifications. So you can ask questions when I'm done with this slide. But I just want to let you guys know that the current regional plan was modified to include COVID-19 impacts to the local workforce. Our planning team met 3 times to discuss changes, new challenges, and new opportunities. There were a few new questions or items posed by DCO that were included, and those focused mainly on equity in the workforce, and that generated really good, robust discussions about how everything we do is focused on equity, and sometimes we just have to kind of step back and realize and really assess that what we're doing is for accessibility and equity and giving everyone the tools that they need, especially those who are most underrepresented and underserved, giving them the tools that they need to reach their goals. That our modification was ready and posted for public opinion on February 18th. We kept it posted to March 18th for public opinion, and we have not received any public comments. So I will be finalizing that and submitting it to DCO any day now. The deadline is March 31st. DCO will review and take note of what, if anything, they need additional information on or be changed on. So they'll be doing that through June 30th. And by July 1st, our plan with modifications will go into effect. So if you want to take a look at that, that is located on our website, LWA23.net. You can go to the About Us tab, follow it to Regional Plan, and then that will take you to the page with the current regional plan and the modified one. And soon that will be updated to just include our modified plan. So with that, any questions or input on the fiscal agent report, or the regional plan modifications. If there are no questions, we can go ahead and ask for approval on the modifications.
All right. Could I have a motion, please, from someone? Just state your name and
This is Kim. I can make the motion.
thank you, Kim. Second.
This is
Carol?
Mandy Martin. I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 All right. Thank you very much, Jamie, for your work and for your report. And moving right along, we'll move to Tony, the one-stop operator contract.
As you well know, last December, we sent out an RFP for the one-stop operator for our Effingham one-stop. Fortunately for the grading team, we only had one bid, and that was the consortium of the 4 partners. We received their proposal, and the evaluation team evaluated it using a grading scale. And it is our conclusion that we award that contract to the consortium of 4 partners. We took it to the planning committee as well last Thursday, and they had agreed, since the contract is between the board and the consortium of 4 partners, it needs to come to the full board for a vote.
Okay. We need a motion to approve that report.
Gerald will make a motion.
Second.
Jim Boland will second it.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, not hearing any. Back to you, Jamie.
As far as business service integration, the business service team has been meeting monthly, every month. In February, we planned and hosted a sector roundtable at the Cluthe Center in Effingham, and also had it available via Zoom as well. And we focused on manufacturing and TDL sectors. We had Booz, Wapaka Foundry, Stevens Industry, and there was one more that keeps escaping my mind, so I apologize, but they did attend along with several of our workforce partners from the business service team. It was a discussion very much led by the employers. They talked about what was working really good for them, what challenges they were facing, things that they've tried that didn't work very well. It was really interesting and they seemed very grateful to have the space just to get together and talk about what was going on. For instance, several of the employers reported that they can't get enough people on staff. They are short-staffed. While a couple of the other employers said, we are not having that problem. In fact, we're overstaffed. And when they discussed what they were doing to become overstaffed, those that are doing well, they've implemented some flex scheduling into their schedule. So there are employees that maybe need to work just part-time, or they need to work different shifts on different days, something to that effect, that allowed them to have coverage when people called off, vacations, that kind of thing. There were more people there to provide coverage, and it sounded very intimidating to take on this flex scheduling initiative, and how would that work out? And the result was that there were actually not a whole lot of employees requesting flex scheduling, so it was pretty easy to manage. So it was really cool to see those light bulbs go off. Talked about several other things as well. And we had a lot of questions for those employers that had showed up. So it was good for us to get information, to see them sharing information. The biggest takeaway that the business service team got was that half of those employers still didn't know about WIA services. So we need to have a more strategic and targeted outreach approach to spread awareness, get awareness out there for those local businesses that could benefit from WIA services. The event went so well that we are considering doing another one, hopefully in the fall, with maybe different sectors. And some of the attendees at our roundtable are going to copy the style kind of, and have their own roundtable in Clay County as well, coming up in May, and I've been invited to that. So pretty cool to see that it was useful, it was valuable, and we're hoping to just to kind of do some more of those and spread them out around the region. Then I'll go into apprenticeship update. Already gave you guys apprenticeship update in the fiscal agent report. So again, just please push that opportunity for the apprenticeship navigator. We really would like to add to our team and have someone out there doing some of that strategic targeted business outreach. They'll play a very major role in the business service team and helping us with that outcome of we need to do better with targeting certain businesses and getting that awareness out there. While they will be talking about apprenticeships, yes, WIA is mostly informal apprenticeship style programs, so they will be spreading the word of WIA as well. That's all I have, unless you guys have any questions.
All right, any questions for Jamie? All right, hearing none, we're going to go back to Tony for the appointment of the nominating committee.
All
No
right, so
one
this,
turn off their screen right now. Everybody stays live. Okay.
yeah, all right. You see, everybody just went mute, right? So anyway, every year at the March meeting, we have to come up with a nominating committee to nominate our new or next, I guess, chair and vice chair. That people will take over at the September meeting. This is just for the committee. They will get together, maybe just a couple calls, call some of the potential board members that are interested in those positions. And then they will make a decision what they would nominate to the whole board for the chair and vice chair. So if we have anybody that would love to be on this committee, please say so. Anyone, come on. All right, so since nobody did that, I took the liberty of asking a couple people prior to this meeting to see if they would do it, and they have graciously said yes, or they might have said yes via me, I'm not sure. Connie Waldrop, Tiffany Mackey, and Carol Tracy, they've done it in the past, they know what they're doing. I will also be their liaison between any board members, or if they have any questions, you can contact me. So if you have a great desire to be a board chair and or vice chair, contact one of those three ladies, or you can contact me and I will get your information to them. And they will bring it to the board meeting in June and you all will vote on it.
I highly encourage anyone to be interested in being chair or vice chair. As Gerald will tell you, the pay is phenomenal, and you should be more than happy to do so. Actually, it's not a horrible thing. It can't be that difficult. I do it, right? So it's rewarding to do it. It's a great organization. The people leading the meeting here on the screen in that room do a ton of the work. So please don't be deterred by extraordinary workload, because we have a phenomenal staff that runs this organization. So it's my pleasure to be the chair of this, and it would be yours as well. So that's my plug for everyone to take my place. And if you have the least bit of interest in doing so, please call me and I can let you know what that involves, or talk to Gerald as well. So, but we need a motion, please, to confirm this committee. Can I have that, please?
So
Gerald,
moved.
go ahead. Gerald will second it if you want to go ahead and make the motion.
Chris and Jeremy.
All right, we have our motion and our second. All right, everyone signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? I doubted it, so motion passes. Moving on with the meeting here, we're just about ready to wrap up, but I do want to continue to encourage everyone to just, it's a real simple process. I just wrote down just ask, direct, and recruit. So when I say ask, please be asking your employers and individuals in your area, people that you have relationships with, especially in our youth. We all can look and see people that are, in that youth division, 16 to 24, that are maybe not employed or maybe looking to upward mobilize themselves. Never hurts to ask them what their plan is or what they're doing. Talk to anyone that you know in the schools, talk to anyone that you know of employers, both large and small. I think sometimes we get locked into this thought process that this is only for the large employers in our area or our region. It's for small business as well. And that's what our folks do. Our CFS folks are top notch and they do a phenomenal job. They just need us to help fill the pipeline with names that they can follow up on. So please keep that in mind. And as COVID kind of breaks and moves us on to our next phase of whatever normal will be, we still have a lot of people to serve and a lot of people we can help do better. So please keep that in mind. And if that's my challenge, then that's what I'm asking you to do, is just as a board member, we need to try and funnel people to our system just so they can do their job and help people to a better job outcome, to a better education. So with that, I will open it up for anyone else to share or anyone that has a public comment. All right, if no one has one, I want to thank you again, and I sincerely do appreciate everyone taking the time to attend our meetings to make sure we have a quorum. And again, please put the third Monday in June on your calendar. And when we get back together, we have some plans to kind of make it a little bit more special, since it's been a long time since we've had a meeting in person. And so it appears that will be back in Effingham somewhere, so it's a central location, but we'll be getting back with you with some more details. And there's a kind of a committee together to try and make that an event that you don't want to miss. So with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
One moment, Nancy has something she wants to say.
I'm sorry, I should have jumped in sooner. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, for anyone who might be interested, Coca-Cola is having a open application in Charleston, Illinois. There's also distribution centers having the same open application, but they're farther away: Springfield, Champaign, Quincy, DuQuoin, Peoria, and St. Charles. But there is one locally in Charleston this coming Wednesday, March the 23rd, from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. If you have anybody out there that you know who might be interested in this, they are suggesting that they're encouraging people to apply before attending. I think you can go to a Coca-Cola website maybe and look under careers and find that. Or if anyone's interested, I could send you the link.
But if they make a better navigator, don't send them to Coca-Cola. Sorry.
All right, well, thank you very much. Anyone else? All right, everyone have a terrific afternoon. A motion to adjourn, and then a second, state your name, and then we will turn it over to the CEO meeting.
This is Adam, so moved.
Thank you. Second?
I can
Denise
second.
Smith, second.
Thank you, Kim. Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Hi.
Thanks again, everyone. Have a terrific week. We'll turn it back over to you for the CEO.
Your CEO, stay on. Our chief elected officials, stay on. We will start in just a moment. We will remain recording though. All right, welcome to the LWIA 23 CEO meeting. It's March 21st, 2022, still on the same day. Just a reminder, again, we are recording, so anything that comes across your camera or your microphone is a matter of public record, so be mindful of that and mute yourself when you are not talking. And with that, I will go ahead and turn it over to our chair, Nancy Purdy.
Well, welcome everyone. Glad to see you here. We need to review and approve the minutes from December 13th. I hope, if you haven't had a chance to review them,
We don't have a quorum.
we don't have a
I
quorum
don't think so.
still. All right,
One, two,
let's look
three.
again.
4, 5, no, we need 6. We need 7.
Seven, we need seven.
We need 7.
You're 6.
Yeah.
She's 6. We need 7.
No one new jumped on? Okay, all right. We lack a quorum, so we will not be reviewing or,
Why don't you call the roll just to make sure?
I sure can. Okay, Todd Beard. Jim Bolin,
Yes.
Jim Brewer,
Yes.
Dick Bowling,
Yes, I'm here.
Joe Gilliland, Dennis Graves, John Perry, Nancy Purdy,
here,
Debbie Smith,
Here,
Jeff Boyd,
Here.
Jennifer Wagner, and the Warfel.
and somebody clicked.
Nope, still just
Joy.
six.
Oh, okay.
Just 6, but we need 7.
Instead of only 6.
Yeah.
All right, well, we won't be able to approve the minutes then. Do we have a conflict of interest disclosure? No. Anyone having a conflict of interest for this meeting? Hearing none, we won't be able to elect a vice chair, but would anyone be willing to serve as vice chair? Dave McCabe has left his, so he will no longer be able to be, regrets that he will no longer be able to be on our board. Anyone want to just jump in there and say, yeah, I'd love to do it?
It won't
makes it
start for
pretty
3
easy.
It won't start for 3 months, so.
That's true. We might have to turn that over to the nominating committee then. I mean, this meeting is so short usually, so not much to have to worry about, just kind of be there if I'm not there, I guess. So Jamie, do you want to, number 5, the signatory authority update?
Yeah, so Greg Nuxel, the Vice President for Business Services at Lakeland College, has only signed for us for one thing, and that was the Apprenticeship Navigator Grant to get that award of $98,000. And I believe that's all he's signed for thus far.
And next then, number 6, board attendance report.
Yes, so you guys should have received your board attendance. There are a few that are concerning, but 2 of them, I think, 1 is so new that he hasn't really had a chance to be on very much. 2 of them so new they haven't had a chance to be on very much. The other concerning one, she's new, just hopped on for December's meeting, but she is already not wanting to continue to be a board member, so I will get with that CEO, he's not on the call today, to take care of that issue. But just keep an eye on the board members from your counties and remind them that they can't be much help to the board if they are not attending meetings. We really do try to keep the time commitment as low as possible for our board members, because we understand your time is valuable and this is a volunteer position, and we try to take on the load of the day-to-day work and make board meetings as quick as possible for you guys, and just remind them that we would really appreciate them to attend so that we can make quorum and we can get business done.
Thank you. The next meeting is going to be June the 20th, and as Pat Flick said, apparently it's going to be in person down in Effingham at the CEF office, is that right?
We are 99% sure, but I've said that the last 3 meetings too, so.
All right, so we're hoping that it will be in person in Effingham. Okay. Any public comment? Closing remarks would be just to think about maybe being the vice chair and have a wonderful spring. I guess we can't even have a motion to adjourn. So bye. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it.
Okay, see you.
Thank you.
Yeah.